Hello, welcome back to another video. Unfortunately, it's been a while since I did the last one because we've been super duper busy moving out of the old apartment. We went for a week in Mount Tambourine, which is coming up in the next video, and we've moved into our new home for 6 months. So this is about 2 weeks ago now. We went to Hotter Island on this little ferry, which was lovely. So basically, these ferries just go around the different little islands, and you can hop on, hop off throughout different times of the day. They also do like dolphin watching ones and like sunset cruises where you get like a meal and a drink and stuff. So that'll be exciting to check out at some point. So this was on a Sunday when the markets are on in Hotter Island. So we got on this little ferry, and I think it was about an 8-minute drive, so not far at all, but really nice to see all the scenery around us. And we literally had the whole boat to ourselves on the way there, which was nice because they're obviously quite frequent, so I guess it's not that busy. But yeah, it was really nice, and you saw like all the locals just going across on their little boats because they can't get anywhere otherwise. So on this island, it was basically like a food market, and it had lots of like fresh produce, so fruit, vegetables, bread, that kind of thing. But then it also had live music, which was really nice, and they had like smoothies or like all foods, like food vans and coffee stalls and stuff. So yeah, we had a really nice morning here. Tried out lots of different foods. So this was the mushrooms in one of the stalls, and Sophie finally found some passion fruits, which she has been looking for ages. So she was a happy girl. Here's the bread, looks really nice. Different chutneys, cheeses. This was a little coffee stall. And then me and Sophie got one of these. So Sophie got the passion fruit ice pop, and I got the passion fruit drink, which is again lovely. It was really hot this day, so it was so refreshing and nice to just have this to cool down because we were carrying all our beach stuff around as well. So pretty hot. And then obviously Louis had to film that. Then there was a little doggy stall which had loads of treats and little toys and stuff. Then this was like a fruit and nut stall, so I got some honey roasted cashew nuts. Max got some chili and garlic ones, I believe, and Louis got some, what's it called, pistachio nuts. So yeah, and we had a little explore around the rest of the island. So this was like a cool music venue, we think, which would be really nice to go to if something's on one day. Then we went back into the other side of the market, and there was loads of food here. So these were like panko breadcrumb chili cheese bites, I think, and then some panko fried chicken that Sophie and Max had, which was very nice apparently. And we just sat by the river lake, I don't know, something like that, and had that, which was good. We then went for a little walk around the outside of the island. This was really nice, and this little doggy didn't want to leave the river, bless him. I think it was very hot. Once we'd done that, it was like lunchtime-ish, so me and Louis got these really yummy Turkish pizza things, I think, before we headed back to Surfers Paradise. This is us after we got off the little ferry and we headed down to the beach for the day. This was the one on Surfers Paradise, which is really nice but quite busy. I'd say it's probably like maybe the most popular in the area. But this is probably a bit of a better view of what the cyclone's done to the beach. But apparently they've been, I don't know, is dredging the right word? I don't know. Digging up the sand from the sea basically and pumping it back into the beaches. So hopefully they're a bit nicer now. This is Soph doing a little painting. Just very cute. And then, I can't remember what day this was, we might have skipped a day here, but we went to Steampunk for some espresso martinis before doing an escape room. So Zac works at padlocked escape rooms and managed to get us into one for free, which was very, very fun. And we did the prisoner one. This is us trying to escape, which we did in the end. We were successful. I'd say I'd definitely recommend doing this if you have a rainy day and fancy doing something fun. Here's me and Ella just looking pretty whilst the others do the hard work. And that's us eventually escaping. And we even had half an hour to spare. Then I think this was a different day again, but we went to Surfers Pav on in Surfers Paradise because they have this app called Eat Club out here where like certain venues will upload discounts throughout the day if they're having a quieter period to, I guess, to attract you to come in. So those palmies were so nice that were in the previous video. And then we went to this pool table place which had very cool different shaped tables, and you literally just buy a drink and you can play as many times as you want. So that was really good fun, and we lost about 4 times to the boys, but hey ho. Then Sophie and Zac got a bit silly and decided to be weird. I feel like we keep entering delirious stages throughout the day because we're just doing so much and it's so hot, and obviously like we're walking everywhere. So I think silly stages are quite common out here. Here's a little video of my nails that I did. I think I had done them prior to that day, but I just forgot to film them. Then me and Louis went for a lovely little walk in a park just by our apartment, and we saw some really cool birds and plants, and yeah, it was really, really pretty and nice little day out. And Louis was skimming some stones, which was cool. Pretty impressive if you ask me. I tried, but I think I managed to make it bounce twice, and that was about it. That one was cool. And then yeah, he managed to lose the track and take me through a really muddy part, which I was not best impressed about because I had my nice shoes on, but it was fun anyway. This was a kookaburra, which there are so many of around here, and they make the strangest noises, but they're so pretty. And a huge cactus plant. Then there's loads of bats around the Gold Coast. I guess Australia as a whole, but I couldn't tell you. Although they're called like flying foxes, I think, something like that. And yeah, they're just loads of them hang in the trees, and they're so loud when there's lots of them, but they're very cool to watch. And then these strange birds, which started making weird noises at me when I approached, so I made a swift exit. Then Sophie and Louis having a weird moment before we went out for a run to a cafe to meet Ella and Zac's friends Molly, Liam and Anna. Then this is me testing out if I can still ride a bike. It's been a few years, and the verdict is I can. So me and Louis then went around, I want to say Australia Fair the other day to apply for some jobs because we've secured a apartment in Southport. So Australia Fair is like the nearest shopping centre. But we got a bit distracted by food. So those were corn dogs and fried chicken, which was yummy. That was me going to a trial shift, which I think went really well. I'm going to get in contact with them this week to see if there's any updates, but we'll see. Then this is Cowboys, where our friend Jacob works, which was a pretty cool bar. Sophie, Max and Ella did a 10k run there, then quickly got changed in the toilets, and then we watched the sunset, which was so pretty. And there's one of those sunset evening cruises going. But yeah, this bar's really cool. It's like all cowboy themed. Most people that come are dressed as cowboys. There's like a rodeo bull. There's like a chandelier. There it is, made from antlers. These cool little pool tables. It's very good fun, very good vibes. So yeah, I'll end this video on this crazy man falling off the rodeo within about 30 seconds. Sorry for the spoiler. And come back for my next video where we'll be exploring Tambourine Mountain.